You can have 99 problems, but a bitch.
Okay, as you can see, I am at home. I am at home and I'm trying to chill because I just got off of work. But because I got off of work, I had on my mind clothes all day. All day I had clothes and stuff on my mind all day. So I think I should just talk to y'all about how I grew up. See, I grew up and because I was always tall, I was always breasty, and I was always hippie. Like very, very hippie. Okay, but every time somebody saw me, the first thing would come out of their mouth is, "Oh, you cute for a big girl. Oh, you cute for a big girl. Oh, it's big girl season, big girls." You know what I'm saying? So it didn't bother me, but it bothered me, but it really didn't. By the time I wasn't thinking like, "Oh, okay, they was trying to put me down." I was thinking like, I'm just gonna be a big girl. But I started being a big girl like I started becoming a big girl between the ninth and the 11th grade. I started filling out. I mean, when I say filling out, remember in another story, I told y'all that I was going to Dunbar. And because I was going to Dunbar, in between those two grades, I was filling out and the boys was actually noticing me. So because they was noticing me, the little clothes that I had, which I can't even say I had a little clothes then because see, I was working. And by me working, I paid my mom. Every 2 weeks, I paid my mom like $80. And then the rest of my money, I spent it on clothes and stuff like this because I was always into clothes. Because keep in mind, I told y'all in another story that when I was growing up, they called us dirty and they said that we was poor and we didn't have anything. But at the end of the day, that stayed in my mind because all I kept thinking was, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? So I have to have clothes. So I had started buying my own clothes. And when I say I was buying them, I mean, everything matched. Everything was matchy. Because my mom let me buy my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these girls in choir didn't like me. I didn't know this. I didn't know that these girls didn't like me. I just thought, every time I would walk in choir, you could see them like snickering and stuff like this. But I wasn't paying nobody no attention. Keep in mind, I told y'all that the boys had started noticing me. But they wasn't noticing. But if they did like me, because the girls, the popular girls didn't like me, so they wouldn't try to talk to me in front of them. They would wait until I was off somewhere or walking down my street or something like this, and they would stop and they would try to talk to me then. But they would never try to approach me in school. It was this one guy. This one guy, he was like on the football team and this and that and the third. And the girls that was over here, two of them had already slept with him. But it was a third one that wanted to try, but they all was friends. But they didn't like me because every time I came into choir, he spoke to me. And when I say he spoke to me and it made the other dudes that was in the choir, made them comfortable enough to want to speak to me. But at the end of the day, I wasn't paying no attention because I wasn't thinking like these boys like me or anything like this. I'm just thinking that they speaking because this is my first high school experience. So I'm like tripping because I don't even understand. So the girls tried to befriend me. When I say that they befriended me, I was getting ready to get on the bus, and one of the girls had approached me, and she was like, "Hi, what's your name?" And I told her, she told me her name, or whatever the case may be. We sat together on the bus, and we started talking. Now, keep in mind, the only reason why, I can't go into that right now, but I'll tell you a little later. But anyway, she would start speaking to me and stuff like this, and we were just talking or whatever the case may be. I befriended her. I befriended her to the point she knew where I stayed. She had even came past my house. She had her own car. She came past my house with the other girls in the car. Now keep in mind, my mother always kept a neat yard. My mother's yard would always, you couldn't step in her grass. She had sayings like, "Don't touch my fucking grass." You know what I'm saying? Mary King wasn't on that shit. The front of her house was always clean. Always. Even when we had the card table game on the side of her house in that field, it was even done. But my mother, though she was coming past my house, you know how you get close to somebody, they come up in your room and stuff like this. My mother always kept a clean house. I don't give a damn what we had and what we didn't have. Our house had to be damn near sparkling. But my mother was always like this. But when the girl came over one particular day, I had just bought me a pair of straight leg stretch jeans. And they had just came out. The stretchy kind of jeans had just came out. They wasn't high-waisted, but once you put them on, they gave you a figure. It was those kind of jeans. But I only had one pair. But I had other jeans like tore-up jeans and stuff like this. But this was the first pair of jeans that I had actually bought out of Elder Beerman. But because I had bought them out of Elder Beerman, I wanted to wear them. You know what I'm saying? So me not thinking, we was sitting there talking one day and she asked me, she was like, "Monica, I really like those jeans and this and that third." She said, "Where'd you get them?" I said, "I got them from Elder Beerman's." She was like, "Well, how many pair do you have?" I said, "I'll just get this one pair." I said, because they were so expensive that, I just bought one pair. Me not thinking that this girl is actually getting information for her friend, because keep in mind, I told y'all that the boy that they liked, he was speaking to me. But when he was speaking to me, I'm not thinking that he's liking me. I'm just thinking he's speaking. But because these girls was friends and this girl befriended me, she knew I only had one pair of those jeans. But because they fit me, and at the time I didn't have no stomach, Curtis. But at the end of the day, I didn't have no stomach or nothing. I just had big boobs and a big butt and big hips. You know what I'm saying? So they was watching that. So when I did wear the jeans, I wore them the first time, and everybody in the choir, you know what I'm saying, noticed the jeans. And because I was getting compliments and stuff like this, it made me feel good. I'm thinking like, oh, God, girl, you looking at me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking that these jeans was attractive. You know how you have that one pair of jeans that actually fit, and they make you feel good? This is what this was. But because I only had one pair, I had wore the jeans more than once that week. I may have wore them on that Monday or that Tuesday, but whatever day, I knew I wore them on that Friday. But me not thinking that this girl knows that I only got one pair of jeans, one pair of good jeans, that because she's my friend, I told her. Like, I just got this one pair. But I had nice clothes, but I just had this one pair of jeans. But I actually liked them. Okay, me not thinking, Monique comes to me and she's like, Monica. She was like, you really friends with her like that? I'm like, well, she my friend. She asked to be my friend or whatever the case may be. Monique like, Monica, watch her. She was like, it's something about her I don't like. But see, Monique was already in the like 11th, 12th grade or something like this. So she knew the girl, but she didn't know her. But she knew what kind of girl she was. But by me not thinking, I befriended the girl. And she went, and once I came to choir and I was like talking and laughing and stuff with the dudes, but because I was tall and I didn't know no better, I didn't think that the girl was like doing something that was against me. I thought that she was actually on my side. But clearly she wasn't, because let me tell you what happened. I had wore the jeans like on that Monday and that Friday. But I didn't know that her and her friends had counted how many times I had wore the jeans that week. So when the next week came, it was coming up homecoming and all this other stuff. So they was going to have like the homecoming game and all this other shit. By me being new to high school, I don't know no better. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go to the game. But by the dudes speaking and all this other stuff and come past my house, somehow or another, she came past my house and she seen two of the dudes sitting on the back of their car in front of my mom's house, and I'm standing in front of them talking. But because I wasn't having sex with them or nothing like this, I didn't know no better. I'm thinking that the dudes just came over, you know what I'm saying? We weren't talking about nothing. But the next day, she went back to school. She had to have talked to the other girls that was in the choir that liked these dudes, because some of these dudes that's in choir, because when I walked into choir, they was talking shit, like saying little shit like, oh yeah, she ain't got shit. I don't know why she thinks she this, that, and the third. I'm not thinking that they talking to me, because the girl that befriended me was sitting with them. I'm thinking like they talking about somebody, ooh, you know what I'm saying? The one dude actually said it like, I don't know why y'all got a problem with anything. Ain't nothing going on, just like that. But they was just like going back and forth. But me not knowing no better, I didn't get in it. The girl came and she sat by me and she asked me, she said, Monica, are you going to the game? I'm like, yeah. I said, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be late because I got to work that day. And she was like, just as long as you come, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. This is what she told me. So that day I had went to McDonald's and I worked early. So the night of homecoming, I went and I put the jeans on. I put the jeans on and I can tell you exactly what I had on. I had on some kind of red and white gym shoe, and I had on a red and white shirt that had like these big stripes in it, but it was cute. So I had it unfastened a little bit and my boobs were sitting up and this, that, and the third. I had my little makeup on. And the makeup was probably trash, but it's okay. But it was probably trash. You got to think it was in the 90s, so it was trash. You already know. But at the end of the day, I thought I was cute. I gets to the damn thing and my hair is braided. I gets to the damn game and everybody's sitting there, whatever the case may be. Now, keep in mind, the guys that was in choir was all sitting together. I wasn't sitting with them. I was sitting with my two friends that I had from like the 8th grade to now. Okay, so we sitting over there and whatever, we laughing and stuff because we can still hear the boys talking and laughing about something. We in their conversation, but we not sitting close enough where they thought the group of girls that I was with. During homecoming, everybody laughing and stuff in the stands and stuff like this. Now keep in mind, the girl that had befriended was sitting with her friends over here. We sitting in on this side. The popular dudes is sitting right here, and we sitting a little like maybe 4 bleachers back from them. So, but we not sitting with them. She comes over and she like, Monica, what you got on? Just like that. And when she said it, they started laughing. The one girl started falling out of her chair like it was just so funny. So I knew something was going on. When she said this, I said, well, I just wore my jeans and I wore a shirt. Da, da, da. She was like, oh, okay. She said, the jeans that you've been repeating, the jeans that you had on 4 times since you bought them in 2 weeks and this. This is the girl that I friended. She is actually standing up and she's making a scene in front of everybody about these jeans. So when she said it, it kind of threw me because I didn't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? She like, yeah, you got these jeans and this, that, and the third. So when she get finished telling her little story, she like, yeah, I was over to your house and this, that, and the third. And she was like, you told me out your mouth that you only had one pair of good jeans and this, that, and the third. I'm thinking like, yeah, bitch, but I told you. You know what I'm saying? So immediately you know how you feel your throat getting thick, like you're getting ready to cry? Somehow or another, I think to myself, like, Monica, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? You can't let this bitch, you know what I'm saying? This. So I started firing back at her like, bitch, I told you and thinking that you was my friend. I didn't think that you was talking, you was at me for your fucking friend. So we going back and forth. We going back and forth. I mean, when I tell you we was going back and forth, even the dudes that was the popular dudes stood up and they was like, what are you over here starting trouble for? And this and that. She was mad because the boys in the thing had noticed the jeans. This was all over a pair of jeans, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't think nothing of it. Me and her going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I leave the game. And she thinking that I'm embarrassed because she had told them that I only had one pair of jeans and that's all I could afford. But keep in mind, my mom never bought the jeans. I bought the jeans. It wasn't the fact that we didn't have it. It was the fact that she used ammunition against me for no reason. So I get home. So when I get home, I see Monique. I go in Monique's room. I'm telling Monique what happened. I'm Monique, like, what happened? She was like, who was the dude? Like, so I told her. Now, keep in mind, I told y'all a lot of times about my sister, how she is. But my sister had a way about her that was so bitchy that she would, like, crush your whole life. And this, that, and the third. So Monique had a couple of friends that was her friends, but they was in the same grade that she was in. Monique came to my choir class the next day. Matter of fact, it was probably that Monday. Monique came to my choir class and she looked around the choir class, her and her friends. And she asked me, she said, Monica, what happened? Like that. I told her, like, so when I point the girls out to Monique, Monique turns to them like, oh, you fucking with my little sister? Now keep in mind, the one girl, she had a mouth on her. Now she already know how Monique is because keep in mind, Monique has been at Dunbar since the 9th grade all the way to the 12th. Monique is giving this bitch the work, like, by the mouth, like, it's going down, you know what I'm saying? You mess with my little sister, da, da, da. Keep in mind, I was always the big little sister, you know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, Monique's standing up for me. Now, keep in mind, Monique is short. I'm tall. You know what I'm saying? Monique is going at it with her and this girl. She's like, I'm not getting ready to argue with you. She was like, you talking about this dude over here? Now, keep in mind, the girl, her friend, is the one that liked this boy. But she had a boyfriend. Monique had her 3 friends with her. When I say Monique never said nothing to nobody about shit, once she stopped arguing with the girl, she left it alone. Now I'm thinking to myself, like, I wonder what Monique is up to, but, you know, I ain't thinking like Monique gonna do something like treacherous. So because Monique had a name for herself, let me tell you, Monique, the girl calmed down. Now, the couple of days that I did go to choir, she would not say nothing to me. She wouldn't speak or nothing like this because she was like, remember, I told y'all she had a boyfriend. Monique somehow figured out who her man was. And her 2 friends was figuring out that it was the 2 dudes that these girls liked in there. But they was in the upper class. These boys was like in the 10th grade. Monique then was in the 12th. But Monique then was like popular. They was that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, let me tell you what Monique did. Monique found out who this girl's boyfriend was. Not only did Monique start messing with him, she started messing with him. And when I say she was messing with him, to the point she was driving his car. The girl never knew that Monique was messing with him until the day that Monique came to my choir class. And when Monique came to the choir class, she was like, Monica, don't get on the bus. Don't get on the bus. She said, go where the buses is going. She said, I'm going to pick you up. like that. And see, Monique was good at cutting class. Monique was good at cutting school because Monique got busted a couple of times by my mother. But at the end of the day, Monique was that shit. You know what I'm saying? So Monique like, I'm going to pick you up. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, what, you going to get mom's car? She was like, no, I got something even better. So when school got out, it was in the back of the school. And all the buses and stuff would stop right there, and that's where we get on the bus at. But by this time, they had like 4-door Chevys and all this other stuff. Box Chevys is what they was driving with the wheels and stuff and shit like this and music. Monique pulled up. When she pulled up, the girl thought that this was her boyfriend pulling up in the back of the school. When I got to walking towards this, when I first came out, the girl started walking to her dude's car, but the windows was rolled up and the car was tinted. When I say the car was tinted, you couldn't see in it. She was talking shit like, yeah, my dude, my dude, this, my dude, that. She's steadily walking to the car. Now, I don't know that Monique is in this car. Keep in mind, Monique didn't just pull up in her dude's car. Monique pulled up in her dude's car, and Monique had her friends with her. She pulled in front of where everybody was walking to get to the bus. They had to pass the cars in the front. Monique rolled the window down with the music blasting. She like, get in. The girl is such in shock, like looking at Monique like, oh my God. She was like, keep in mind you fucked over my sister. Now I'm fucking over you because I'm fucking your dude. When I tell you I got in the car, this girl was devastated. Monique got out the car and she walked to the front of the car and she told her. She said, I'm going to stop fucking with him when you stop fucking with my motherfucking sister. Child, Monique turned around and she said, bitch, you don't want it. She said, Monica, roll that goddamn window up, is what she said. And we pulled off in her dude's car. Everybody was looking at her. She was just devastated. Now, keep in mind, Monique had took me home and gave the dude back his car. So we had to go to school the next day. And I just knew I was going to have to fight all these girls. That wasn't the case. Listen to what I tell you. Not only did the girl get out of choir, she never came back to choir. She never said anything else to piss Monique off because she didn't want Monique fucking with her dude. But her dude was so stuck on Monique that, listen to what I tell you. Even when I knew that he was still messing with the girl, he would still ask me, do you need a ride? Because Monique had already cut him off. And when I say cut him off, she wasn't fucking with him. But at the end of the day, Monique did this because this girl like acted up. None of this would have started if she had just not said anything about this one particular pair of jeans. Now, keep in mind, I know that Monique was wrong, like a whole lot of wrong about this girl and her dude. But I can see her point. But I mean, this is the reason why I am like particular and honed in on clothes and stuff like this. Because keep in mind, we grew up poor. We grew up poor and we did what we had to do. But at the end of the day, I absolutely, 10 out of 10, Monique. 10 out of 10. When I say Monique got that bitch, she got that bitch and we never had to fight this girl. It was just that the girl chose to pick with me. So I don't know why I told y'all this story, but anyway, whatever. But like, comment, and subscribe. Hi, my name is Monica. I forgot my intro. Hi, my name is Monica, and this is a whole nother story time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video.
Your motherfucking ass out. If you try me, 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 I'ma fuck y'all hoes up.